Hello. Today, we will discuss an individual of significant importance. While all are special and most likely changed or saved a life without them even knowing it, this one is especially of importance due to them having powers that could change the world. Of course, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let us not beat around the bush further and risk a tangent like last time, and finally delve into the life of a woman named Cereza Maximoff. One of the most important moments of her life occurred before it even began. Like a couple of other heroes mentioned prior, she was of another time, born in a period long since past for centuries. She was brought into the world in the middle of the 17th century. Her very birth was quite eventful. An evil demon known as Lothon arose in North America in 1668. Its goal was to enhance what he perceived to be a powerful being. Cereza had a mutation within her, one that could allow her to manipulate reality itself. He also chose this moment because another was being born simultaneously. Quite rare at that time for two individuals to be born at the same time and have genetic alterations within them. There are a large number of such individuals, some I have mentioned previously. However, such a topic would take far too long to cover in one bio, let alone multiple ones like I plan to do in the future. So stay tuned for the moment I do cover them. Lothon wanted to divide his powers among the new infants. However, he was halted by a coven of witches who were protecting the soon-to-be-born pair after they uncovered the demon's plot. The wicked spirit seemed to be defeated, but that was what he wanted them to think as he silently crept upon the pregnant mothers. Shortly thereafter, Cereza and a then slave known as Rodietro were born. Cereza received the aforementioned reality warping powers, while Rodietro gained super speed, able to traverse long distances within the blink of an eye. His bizarre powers, along with the racial biases at the time, caused him to be kicked out from the farm he was forced to work on during his youth. This decision was mostly due to the fear that his powers could potentially spark a slave uprising. The poor kid, now separated from his family, was adopted by the coven that birthed Cereza, making the two siblings. This coven was run by Jeanne Harkness, a woman that expressed the protection of her group as her topmost priority. That is why she sent the most powerful one, Cereza, into the mystic mind gem in 1693. She then told Rodietro to travel forward in time to ensure that no harm befell his adopted sister. She said that her reasons for this decision is because of the persecution they were suffering under during the Salem witch trials. However, once the two biggest threats to her were dispatched, she turned toward her fellow witches and revealed her true colors. She really wanted to suck the power from her coven and use the power for herself. Meanwhile, over 300 years later, Cereza was awakened from her centuries-long slumber by Octo-Hydra agent Anton von Strucker. Unfortunately, she did not remember anything else, not just inside the gem, but of the rest of her life as well, as her time inside the magical gemstone had caused her to develop amnesia. Anton was enraged and wanted further information as to who she was. So he and his son, Lucas, experimented on the poor, empty-headed witch. Sometime shortly afterwards, she was saved by a group that were just like her, at least in regards to genetic variations, and claimed to be heroes. She joined this team. Her savior seemed quite an unlikely force. They were called Team Brotherhood. They were a very special group of villains that I believe are too complicated for just a simple description. I'll save them for another time. What is relevant here is that they are bad, and she was saved from Team Brotherhood by Rodietro, who had arrived from the past using his super speed. They soon became members of the hero team known as the O-Men. This is the moment she got her name, Scarlet Umbra, and Rodietro took on the moniker of Speed Demon. They let her quit and joined the Avenging Fighters, where she fell in love with an Avenging Fighter named V. Emerald. He's quite the complicated character and also deserves his own bio. Rodietro would later die during an attack from an enemy force, and after he lost a bet to the King of Demons, Mephisto, he became the guardian of the gates of hell. Understandably, this loss made Cereza feel slightly mentally unstable, but I hope this does not lead to anything horrible for one simple reason. She is a powerful witch, but doesn't know how to properly use her gifts. At least, that was largely the case until Jeanne Harkness discovered her in the modern day and helped her use her powers. You may be saying to yourself, Naratu, what is she doing here? She's from the past. No, she's supposed to be in the past. How is she still alive? Well, if you allowed me to continue. As stated previously, she sapped the power from her fellow Coven members, and she used this power to become essentially immortal. That is how she can survive into the modern day. Glad I cleared that up. With her training, she was not only able to shoot magic out of her hands, but even her ankles. An unlikely place, I know, but it helps sometimes. Mostly circumstantial, but it does help. However, she still had some trouble doing more powerful spells. In one instance, she and some other heroes had encountered Phantom Skull, but he was too powerful as he was harnessing the psychic powers of a hero that will be discussed in his own profile for later, and the only way to defeat him was casting a spell that temporarily inverted his moral axis. It succeeded, but it also flipped the moral compass of everyone else in the immediate vicinity, which unfortunately included many heroes. The most impactful of these changes was from the Iron Hedgehog, who changed his name to Superior.exe soon after. He put sharp claws on his suit and used them to slash the areas under his eyes so it looked like blood was coming out of them. This was done for the purpose of intimidation, mostly. His suit was still red, but with more white accents taking up the color palette of his new suit. His ego was like that of him before he became heroic, but magnified tenfold. With his newfound ego and power, he proclaimed to many that, "I am God." Almost immediately, Scarlet Umbra set about a counter to the horrible hex she created. However, once she did it, the only one unaffected was Sunny. That's because he saw it coming and created a special shield to preserve his villainy. Afterwards, he planned to put a version of Extremisol into the water supply of his home city, San Fran Central. Extremisol is a regenerative yet fiery virus created by two former co-workers named Blaze Hansen and Aldridge Sylvian of a subsidiary of Hark Industries called the 200 Future Farm. However, battles with his allies and even villains Justin Knuckles and the Egg Mandarin helped prevent the crisis. Oh, I neglected to mention Justin Knuckles is a business competitor that has his main headquarters on Angel Island, an island in the San Fran Central Bay. Fortunately, after all is said and done, Sunny's morality was reversed back to normal later. This is just one of the consequences of Cereza's power not being fully in control. However, if her grief overpowers her mind, then there is no true telling as to what could happen if things got out of hand. However, you can rest easy that it has not happened yet. Fortunately, it seems like only a matter of time. If that time ever comes, I will be there. I will always be there like I've always been, for I am Naratu the storyteller. And this is the end of yet another story. I do hope you have enjoyed this tale. Until next time, everyone.
Hello, my guys, gals, and oh, we're going this way. Okay, It's me! The guy that changed the name of his channel for really no reason. I just felt like it. I was bored. But I did it. You know, me, Nate. Just Nate. With a lot of new characters at the end. No, I'm gonna talk about this video. Of course. I mean, what else am I gonna be talking about? So, this is the second one in the series, the second hero pack. It's originally meant to be the last one. You know, because I thought about that, but then I realized that Agatha All Along was coming out. And this, well, not this week, because I'm not really consistent as I thought I was. It'll be coming out on the Wednesday that I'm recording this. Wow, this process really takes a long time, now that I think back at it. But, you know, effort. A good job is only worth doing. Yeah, that. Now, you may be wondering, why a Sonic.exe reference? Although considering who this audience is, you probably don't know who that is. It's a fan character. Creepypasta. So, why did I put a fan character in here? For fun? Yeah, I won't do that next time. Maybe. Probably. Also, if you Sonic fans, who probably aren't watching, I don't know. You know, if you guys think this is a good justification for putting Princess Sally into this, then no. No. That's not really... No. I might compensate with another Sonic princess down the line. But, that'll never happen, right? 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 Also, I really liked how the logo I used turned out, you know. You can see it here. That's a nice logo. I really like that logo. It's a nice logo. Really good, wasn't it? Combination of the Avengers and the Bayonetta font. A bit... not that hard to do. Maybe a little, but it's fine. It's fun. So, with all of that said, I want to briefly talk about how this character went through a lot of iterations. I mean, I deleted a lot of them because I didn't think I'd be using them again, but, since I started this series, I decided, hey, why not put the original versions? Yeah, originally it looked like this. Yeah, that's not really good, is it? Yeah, not really. So, I decided to change it. You know what I changed it to? I changed it into this. Yeah. That. Why am I pointing up like it's TikTok? Now, of course, that's very close to the final design. But it's not the final design because I decided to change the hair. And then add shading. After that. Yeah. From this point forward, there's going to be shading. Shading all over the place. Shade everywhere. Gonna shade on the bed. Yeah, the first hero pack didn't have shading. In case you somehow didn't notice that. So, I'm making that up. I thought, hey, wouldn't it be nice if I shaded? And then I did it. Yeah. That's the final product you see in this video. It's cool. It's nice. I like it. Yeah, not much else to say here. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this series. Until next time, my guys, gals, and goobs. Bye!